This is the vaccine scheduler, and I use this screen to plan what vaccines I'm going to give to the patient. Just to orientate you around the screen, down the left-hand side I have a list that lists the vaccines that I may want to consider for this particular trip. You'll see that there's a check if required, which is suggesting that I check the yellow fever requirements based on the itinerary, which includes Peru and Bolivia. And I can go ahead and I can actually schedule that vaccine just by clicking on it, and I can choose the appropriate schedule. You'll see that it's highlighted a contraindication because the patient's indicated that they're currently suffering from cold or flu-like symptoms, so they may want to make a decision as to whether it's appropriate to give them this vaccine on this particular day. And in fact, what I could do is just give them a 14-day break, and we might just wait until they've fully recovered and schedule it for a little bit later. I'm going to do the same with the Typhorix. I'm going to add that, but I'm actually going to plan to schedule that in a few days' time once they're clear of these particular ailments. I'm going to choose Twinrix, and you can see now I have a couple of choices in terms of the schedule that I might want to use. So I can either choose the primary or an accelerated schedule, and your medical director or census administrator can actually set up other off-license or other accelerated schedules that you may choose to use. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add the official schedule to this patient's particular itinerary. And I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to give them the rabies vaccine as well. So in this case I'm going to use the 0728 schedule, add that up. And you can see now I've begun to formulate a plan for this particular patient. But let's try and simplify it a little bit. Let's see if we move these back to the day 7 visit. They should be recovered from their flu at this stage. We're going to go ahead, give the Twinrix, give the rabies today. I've also noticed that actually the rabies and Twinrix are quite close together, so we'll just push that a little bit further so that they can come in and get them on the same visit. So once I'm kind of happy with my schedule, I can go ahead and save that, or I can also go ahead and validate it. So I just click the validate button, and what this actually does is it highlights areas where there may be something I wish to check, and in this case it's just highlighted those flu symptoms that we've already discussed. If you are dealing with other non-vaccinatable diseases, or you wanted to discuss other vaccines that may not be necessarily required for this particular trip, I can go ahead and click on malaria, for example. And all I want to do here is just indicate that I've actually discussed it with the patient. I do that by just clicking the discuss button. What that does then is adds a little note to the consultation notes above. It just saves you having to actually type it in. Once I'm happy with my schedule, I just press save.